us to talk about whether they are going to be able to do again what they did before. Because if they don't, they're going to lose. And I think that caged, desperate tigers, cornered tigers are sometimes the most dangerous. And I don't know what they have up their sleeve. What are they going to possibly even try? Because if we lose in 2024, it's over for the whole idea of democracy. It's over for the whole idea of belief in the system. It's over for the whole Western world. It's over for the dollar. It's over for everything, isn't it?
I was watching the election in real time. Me and Tristan argued about this. Tristan goes, Trump's going to kill it. I said, no, they're going to rig it. And even my brother goes, you can't rig the U.S. election. I said, watch this. We're watching it. For the first time in history, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in history, never done before, they stop counting. Oh, a water pipe has burst in Georgia. Oh, a court ruling in Nevada says that because of the way the polls were done, we need 24 hours for the bunch of garbage legislation.
Why?
I'm telling you why. Burst pipes, bullshit. And then overnight, they open up all the mail-in ballots, and Joe Biden's ahead now. What's funny is they opened up the mail-in ballots, and in some states it's like 300,000 he was losing by, and they're all 100% for Joe Biden. 300,000 votes, not one for Trump, not one for the independent candidates, every single one for Joe Biden.
But we need to check the source.
Okay, I'll show you the graph.
Yes.
I've shown you a graph which shows, because they're stupid enough that the graph actually shows the votes, right? And you can see that at 4 a.m. on a random Wednesday, Biden goes zoop, straight up. This is fucking rigging. This is election rigging. If you had to flip a coin and get heads 300,000 times in a row, what's the odds of that happening? Considering that every other state, it was 58%, 56%, 57%. 100% of every single mail-in vote was for Joe Biden. This is obviously rigged. You can see it on the graph. This is a rigging. And then, we're just getting started, my friend. So then Trump goes, this is rigging.
This is the state of Wisconsin, right?
Correct. Trump's winning, and bang, this happens at 4 a.m. overnight. Boom, straight up. How is that not rigged?
Well, that's right. The multinational corporations are trying to bring in a global cashless society and sew it up and make everybody else poor as a tool of control. Mexico isn't poor because they don't have smart people or resources. The system decided to keep people poor and have a tiny elite. America's the only country that consciously decided to try to make everybody wealthy if they worked hard. That's why everybody came here. And it seems like only a few areas of Eastern Europe are even trying to embrace that right now. And it's certainly not perfect, as you know. But I don't think people realize that everybody says this election's the most important, but everybody knows undoubtedly this is the big one. This is the big enchilada. And you're stalwart, not backing down in the face of all this. Trump's not backing down. Watching him in 4 indictments, facing 700 years in jail, totally indicting him in Georgia. It's in the indictment for tweeting about how they shut down the Atlanta County counting facility. They say we didn't do that. They announced it in a press conference and closed it and kept voting. I mean, even if Trump's got issues and he's not perfect, to watch him being crucified and being so confident, so strong like you, it's not an act. It's very empowering and a great example to me. But I got to ask you, you seem stronger under attack, and that's got to shake up your enemies.
Well, that's the thing, because they want me to cower or cuck. What they're trying to do is, because I inspire so many people, if they can break me, they can break the souls of millions of people by extension. And also what they're trying to do, they're hoping that I will believe I can reason with these psychopaths. I don't think I can reason with people who hate me. They hate me. They hate everything I stand for. They hate the way I walk. They hate the way I look. They hate the way I think. They hate my ideas. They hate my relationships with my brother. They hate my friends. They hate everything about me. I have no interest in trying to reason with them. I'm not going to stand up and say, well, maybe if I talk a little bit softer, they'll be nice to me. No, I don't operate under that frame. It's like Churchill. Churchill said, no, we're not going to negotiate with Hitler. There's no point in negotiating with this man. I'm not here to negotiate with anybody. If you're going to destroy me, do it. I'm going to hold my head high. I'm going to walk into court with my head held high before I get dragged off to jail. I'm not going to cuck or cower, because that's a spiritual loss. You can do what you want to my body. You can put me in jail, but you won't break my spirit. A spiritual victory is enough for me. I know I'm innocent. I know I've done nothing wrong. I know I tell the truth. I know I help people. I'm not going to back down or cower or give up. And Trump knows he's innocent too. And sometimes in these scenarios where you don't stand a chance, technically, legally, when you're dealing with apparatus of man, which has been rigged against you because humans are imperfect. All you can do is look to God and understand the truth of your heart, the truth of your soul, and aim for a spiritual victory. And you have a spiritual victory of a man, as a man, by having your head held high. If they were about to shoot me in the head by firing squad, I would go down with my head held high with a smile on my face. I'm not going to fucking cry. You're going to shoot me anyway. You're going to shoot me anyway. So they're going to do what they're going to do to me, and they're going to do what they do to Trump anyway. The best thing we can do is act like men, because that pleases God. And you know what's funny? What's funny about the world is if you please God, if you act with honor and integrity and you do the right thing, and God likes you, it's amazing how favored you become. Some people will call it lucky. I don't call it that. I call it favored. When you act the right way, it's amazing what God will give you. And almost sometimes in impossible odds, you manage to pull it off. And people go, how did they do that? Because you made God happy.